How's it going, folks? Back again. T-Biz here. And yeah, we got the new Dark Horse Comics #1 Masters of the Universe Revelation book. This is pretty much, like it says, the official prequel to the upcoming Netflix animated series. Brought to you by Kevin Smith, Rob David, Tim Sheridan, Mindy Lee, Rico Renzi, and Darren Bennett. So yeah, pretty interesting read so far. I'll just try to break down the synopsis of it the best that I can. I'm kind of ignorant when it comes to comic book reviews, but you have the beginning of this book. Sorry for the glare. You have King Randor kind of up at night, restless, stirring about. Marlena comes up. She asks him what's going on. He's pretty much like, "Oh, I'm tripping." You know, she's like, "You need to worry about, not worry about stuff you can't really worry about or stress about or whatever." And he, he's tripping, thinking Skeletor's still alive. And she's like, and she says, "What? And don't you think they have better things to do than to keep old kings up at night chasing whispers or shadows?" Like, "I'll go to bed soon, promise." So yeah, he's kind of up and he's worried. And here's another, got some more narration, and he's looking over pretty much Eternia, or just the city outside of the royal palace. It kind of starts to give a little bit of got a lot of narration throughout the comic and stuff. And you got Adam waking up in the middle of the night. You see this thunder crack right here. Automatically turns into He-Man. Him and Battle Cat go into one of the Great Hall, or whatever hall this is in the palace, and you see Randor slumped over, passed out, with some royal guards around him, and this thing that's called the Orlac, that's basically pretty much knocked him out somehow. And he's about to reach for the power sword, and when it's all of a sudden gone. It's been it's gone. It disappeared. So Randor's passed out. They need to go talk to the sorceress and pretty much get help or figure out what's going on. And basically, it's the Orlacs, the Orlacs Primaria. Yeah, it's from a place called Primaria. They're trying to figure out what's up, and basically, I think Randor's pretty much poisoned, so to speak, or he's just like passed out or poisoned or whatnot, and she pretty much has to send He-Man through a cosmic portal, which goes through, I believe, the cosmic corridor. She says the corridor is a pathway through space. Pathway through space, but also through time. I told you the Orlacs had met the Sword of Power before. Perhaps there is something in that meeting, in that time, which could point us towards a cure for the king. So he goes through there, he goes to the portal, and he's kind of getting a flashback of when he was a kid with King Randor and stuff. And they're doing some kind of like combat training or something like that. And there's another flashback of Orko and Tila looking over Randor. More of Randor and Adam. And then we get to where the dimension he was going, or the other place where I think it's pre-Eternia maybe. And there's King Grayskull with his son Ro, or Hero, but he just goes by Ro. And there's He-Man. Whoa, King Grayskull. So yeah, it's our new version of King Grayskull. Pretty cool. And he's looking over, and then you see pretty much it's pretty much Grayskull before his Grayskull. I guess the Great Hall of the Elders or whatever. But that's pretty. You can pretty much tell how it later turned into Grayskull. And let's see, Ro and King Grayskull are training over there. And then, what is that? I do not know. They look off into the distance, and then over here you see pretty much, it's Snake Mountain, and there's a couple snake men. There's Squeeze and Tongue Lasher, and you see a bunch of dead snake men. And all of a sudden you got, what is it? Yeah, their other son, because they have two sons, the Grayskulls. They have Dare and Ro, and there's Dare right there. Let's see, Father, what if I'm never a hero Dare is destined to become? I do not share his skill with the sword. You need not be a great champion to make your king proud, little Gray. You are my son, and that to me is everything. Dare! And then the Orlax pretty much taps him with his tentacle, with the poison and stuff, knocks him out. Then you've got Grayskull fighting more of his snake men, and pretty much, I guess it's General Hiss at this point, used the Orlax to fight against King Grayskull. And here's, I guess, the Grayskulls, which you see it's, sorceress or whatever. It looks like the sorceress, but talking to the elders, which the blue orb is, and the blue bubbles or whatever is basically talking to, talk about basically getting a sword together to fight the Orlax. And here you go, this bubble right here. Pre-Eternian sword. The magic we would employ walks a line between darkness and light that is contrary to Pre-Eternian righteousness. To be an effective key, the sword will want tempering like an alloy. Tempering? With what manner of ore? Where must I go? And there you go. He has to consult with a demon or a monster, and it's he goes to, you see him bound before Scareglow, which he gets this, Scareglow says, "Take it and leave, fearless fool." So he's holding this blue ore or whatever crystal thing, and that's crazy. A bargain that can only end in tragedy in time, but that today in desperation seems a gift. But therein lies a different story for a different day as for now. So he's back with the elders, which you see the blue orb. There's 2 Trollins in the back right there. Guess some of Orko's relatives maybe. And basically this is how the power sword's created. As you can see, the power of our wisdom and our strength refracted through the after and the underlife dimensions, unified in darkness and light, is now in your hands. So basically, that's how they get the sword together. And the lady who looks like her sorceress, her name's Vina. So that's her name. Or King Grayskull's wife is Vina. And it's the Orlax again, they're fighting. So actually the Orlax this time, let's see where, here's King Hiss right there. And he says, he's right here. Well, I have an indestructible weapon, and both your heirs soon I will have this great hall, your lovely wife, and you, Devon, that's his name, King Grayskull. Look around and tell me truly, what do you have left? And then have ... the power! And he turns into, just not He-Man, but just a more powerful King Grayskull. And but it's unfortunate, I guess, at this time, because I think their son Dare right here, Dare, he's dead. I think by this time he might be dead. I might be screwing this up, or may not. But you see Rose still okay. Basically fighting Orlax again, which is controlled by King Hiss. And I think it's more of like a psychic type of beast, but it's not really evil. It's just being controlled by evil. So it's not trying to harm anybody. It's just it's one of the main things about this. It's not really trying to kill anybody. It's just being controlled, and it's poison through the tentacles, I guess, can knock people out or put them out. So unintended consequence is consequential nonetheless. The hero would feel deeply this sorrow and the weight of responsibility in his having caused it. So their son is dead. He's passed on. But what ends up happening is the Orlax is back, or regenerates basically from that tentacle. He-Man swoops in, saves them, and pretty much telling the sorceress he's ready to go back to the portal. And they're all, "You saved my son. Name yourself, stranger. I'm a friend, and I'm sorry we had to meet under such bad circumstances. He was called Dare. His sacrifice will save many lives, and I promise you his name will live on." So there you go, And he's taking the tentacle back to Eternia with him, to the sorceress. And there's Hero and his father and He-Man in between. And now we're back to everything pretty much normal, so to speak, with Randor and Adam, and Randor and Adam are pretty much talking about. He's just telling him how he didn't always want to be just a regular king. But he wasn't fit for the heroic champion swashbuckling life, and then Adam was saying, so you're saying king was your fallback career? and he's basically, because he doesn't know that Adam's He-Man, and he's like, yeah, He-Man's good and all, but let's see, what is it? Yeah, He-Man is an idea, a good one that rallies the people, makes them feel safe. He towers over us, and he should because he isn't one of us, but he's Adam. The champion is the keeper of secrets the king should never hear, of burdens the king should never bear. That puts a big enough target on his back that if I were He-Man, the only way I could rule Eternia would be in disguise. Hence Adam. That doesn't seem very practical. It isn't, which is why we're the scepter and he's the sword. That's what keeps you and your mother safe. I wouldn't have it any other way, and neither should you, son. Now please, will you pick out a damn crown so we can go to this damn party and drink some damn wine? He-Man! And, yep, they're back. Which is weird that we get, it goes to that, and then it's weird. It's kind of a flip-floppy, I guess that's just like a in-between story or whatever. In between, or whatever, a memory or whatever. But, yeah, he's back with the Orlax tentacle through the portal. Randor is still passed out. So, there's no Venom Orko, not a physical one anyway. There never was. So, hundreds of years ago, the Orlax traveled here from another dimension. It's home of Primaria. Why? We may never know. Unfortunately, the first beings it met here were the Snake Men, who, realizing its attempts to communicate with Eternians, proved fatal, enslaved the creature, and used it to attack King Grayskull and his family. You met King Grayskull? Yes. And thanks to the sorceress's magic, I also witnessed his creation of the Sword of Power, which he used to sever a limb from the Orlax and frighten the beast back to Primaria. But the limb, you say you brought one of these limbs back here to our time? The sorceress is with it now. And basically, since it can regenerate from a limb, she has it in pretty much like a cell, like an energy cell, imprisoned or whatever. And let's see. So I severed the limb like the serpent's tail, regenerated itself into the full Orlax, allowing, or wait, no. So that's what Tila says. Duh, my bad. Allowing the sorceress to try to and safely communicate with it in hopes of learning how to heal Randor of his affliction, and perhaps what brought the creature to our dimension in the first place. So yeah, I'll just talk about that. Or put it another way, it knows it's being controlled by someone else. And who could that be? But yes, Skeletor. So yep, there you go. And Skeletor's get it back. I can't. The sorceress's magic is clouding the regenerated creature's mind. You'll have to find some other way to kill He-Man. He-Man can wait. I was this close to translating the Orlax's warning. The whole reason it came to Eternia 500 millennium ago. Now get it back. So yeah, interesting. And then the next issue will be The Devil You Don't. So yeah, that's going to be awesome, man. And the new issue goes on sale August 11th. So yeah, stoked, man. This is a pretty interesting comic. Can't wait to see where it goes from here, and even in the cartoon. So I'm thinking we're going to be getting different stories in the comic and different stories in the cartoon, obviously, or the animated series, so to speak. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this because this is going to be an ongoing comic from Dark Horse. Anyways, that's my 14 whatever odd minute review of this comic, or just synopsis or whatever. I might have screwed up here or there. If so, let me know in the comments, and if not, whatever. I just wanted to share this with people and stuff, and yeah, it's cool, man. Go get it if you like He-Man. Anyways, thanks for watching, all, and more videos and stuff always on the way. All right, later.